In this video, we are going to discuss about lists in Python. Mainly we will see about how to create a list, how we can access the elements of the list with the help of index value, next slicing operation, as well as how to update the contents of a list. First, let's see about what is a list. List means a collection of elements. Let's see the syntax for creating a list. In order to create a list, we have to use a list name. For list name, we have to follow the rules of identifier. Let name of the list is N. N is equal to within the square brackets. In order to create a list, we will use a square bracket. So here the list contains totally 5 elements. All the elements are separated by comma symbol, and we must enclose the contents of a list within square bracket. This is left square bracket and this is right square bracket. If we want, we can place a collection of different data type elements in a list. So a list can be defined as a collection of different data type elements. Now let's take an example here. N is equal to, let us create L1 is equal to, let us create another list here, 10 comma, let me have a floating point number like 2.5 comma, it may contain some string like Python, next a boolean value true. In boolean value, in true and false T is uppercase letter, whereas in false F is uppercase letter. Likewise, we can have a complex number. A complex number is represented in the form of real part plus imaginary part. Let imaginary part is 2j, a plus bj. So if we print L, then we will get the output in the same order. Like if you display L, then we get the output like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Likewise, if you display L1, we will get the output in the same order as we entered in the list. So this is about what is a list. In this way we can create a list. Now let's see about how we can access elements of the list. We can access elements of the list by using with index value. So by using index value, we can access elements of the list. Index value always starts from 0 and it will continues up to length minus 1. It will continue up to length minus 1. So here the starting element index value is 0. Next element index value 1, next element index value 2, next one 3, next one 4. So index always starts from 0 and continue up to length minus 1. What is the length of this list? 5 elements. So 5 minus 1 means it will continue up to 4. Here, if you want to access 10, then we can access with like index N of 0. So list name is N. What is the index of the first element? 0. So L of 0 will gives 10 as the output. Next, L of 1 will gives 20 as the output. Likewise, L of 2 means 30, L of 3 means 40, L of 4 means 50. If we want, we can also use negative index in order to access elements of the list. Here the last element index value is minus 1. The last but one element index value is minus 2. Next to minus 3. Next to minus 4. Next to minus 5. Okay. So if we want to access 50 with the help of the negative index, then we use L of minus 1. So L of minus 1 will use 50. So likewise L of minus 4 will gives 20. So likewise we can access elements of the list. So this is about accessing elements of the list. Now let's see about what is the next one? Slicing. So what is slicing? Slicing means it always returns a part of the list. Here we have 5 elements present in the list. Out of 5 elements, let us assume that we want to access only a few elements. Then we can use slicing. So slicing means it will use a slice, a part of the list. Let's see the syntax for the slicing. So L of, here we can have 3 arguments. Start, colon, stop, colon, step count. Step count. So here start specifies starting index, stop specifies stop minus 1 index. So stop index won't be considered. We will continue up to stop minus 1 index only. Next one is step count. Step count means that step count will be added to the start. So every time it will be incremented or decremented. If you don't specify step count, then the default step count is 1. Now let's see some examples here. L of, let the start value is 0, 0 colon, let the stop value is 4, let the step count is 1. So what is the output for this statement? So 0 means we will get the output from 0 index onwards. 4 means we will continue up to 4 minus 1, that is 3. 1 means what? First 0th element will get printed. Next 1 will be added to this 0. So what is 1? 20. Next 1 will be added to this first index. What is 2 element? 1 plus 1 means 2. 30. Next it will continue up to what? 4 minus 1. 30. 4 minus 1 means 3. So 3 means 40. So this is the output here. Now let's take some other example. N of 0 colon 5 colon 2. Here 0 means we will get this 10 as the output, 0 comma. But here what is the step count? 2. So this 2 will be added to 0. So 0 plus 2 means 2. So what is 2 element? 30. We will get 30 as the output. Next this 2 will be added to the second index. So 2 plus 2 means, what is 2 plus 2? 4. So 4 means we will get 50 as the output. Here what is the index? 5. So we will continue up to 5 minus 1 only. That is we will continue up to 4 only. So this is the output here. Next let us take another example. N of 2 colon colon. Here only start index is specified. Stop index is not specified, as well as step count is not specified. If stop index is not specified, then what will happen is it will be continued up to the last element. So what is the last element of the list? 50. So we will start from second index onwards and will be continued up to the last element, that is 50. Here the step count is not specified. If the step count is not specified, then 1 is the step count. So what is the 2 index element? 30. So next 1 will be added to 2. So we will get 30, 40, 50. So here the point is, if stop index is not specified, then we will get till the last element. Next let's see another example. N of colon 4 colon. Here the start index is not specified. If the start index is not specified, then we will get the output from 0th element onwards. So what is the 0th element? 10 onwards. Stop means 4. So 4 minus 1 means 3. Here the step count is not given. So the default step count is 1. So we will get the output from 10 to 3. So 10 to third index. That is nothing but from 10 to 40. From 10 to 40 we will get the output. Now let's see another example. N of colon colon. Here start index is not specified. Stop is not specified, as well as step count is not specified. So we will get the entire list. So from 10 to 50. If start is not specified, 0 is the starting index. If stop is not specified, then the last element will, then the last index is the last element. If step count is not specified, 1 will become the step count. So from 10 to 50 we will get the output. Now let's see another example. N of minus 4 colon minus 1 colon. Let the step count here is 1. So what will happen now? First minus 4 element. What is minus 4 element? 50. So we will get 50 as the output. Next here the step count is 1. So minus 4 plus 1 means what? Minus 3. So what is minus 3? I am sorry, what is minus 4? Here the minus 4 means what? 20. Next minus 3 means 30. Why? Because minus 4 plus 1 means minus 3. Minus 3 value is 30. Next to minus 3 plus 1 means minus 2. Minus 2 means what? 40. We will get 40. So minus 1 means minus 1 won't considered. So we will get only up to 40 only. But instead of that, let us assume that I have given like this. Minus 1 colon minus 4 colon. Okay. Then what is the output? So minus 1 means what? 50. But here the step count is not specified. If the step count is not specified, then 1 will be taken as the step count. So minus 1 plus 1 means 0. So minus 1 we have here and 0 we have here. So these two are in zigzag order. These two are not in proper order. So we will get an empty list here. Okay. If we want, we can write minus 1 here. If we write minus 1 here, then what will happen? So first we will get minus 1. What is minus 1? 50. Next minus 1 will be added, so that is minus 2, we will get 40. Next minus 1 will be added to minus 2, so what is minus 3? 30. Next minus 4 means we will continue up to minus 3 only. So this is the output here. So this is about slicing operation. Now let's see the last operation, that is updating. List is called as mutable. List is an example for mutable object. So what is mutable object? Once the list is created, then we can update, we can modify the contents of the list. So once the list is created, we can change the elements of the list. So that's why we can call list as mutable object. Here mainly we can perform 3 updations. The first one is we can append means add. We can add some elements to the list. Next we can update means we can reassign. We can change the elements of the list. Next we can delete some elements from the list. Now let's see all these operations. Here we have a list like this. L dot append of 40. So whenever this append method is executed, then this 40 will be appended to the end of the list. So after 50, this 40 will be inserted. So we will get the output as L is equal to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, so this 40 will be appended to the end of the list. So 40. So we will get the output like this. So in this way we can add elements to the list. Now let's see how we can update or reassign the elements of the list. L of 0 is equal to 30. So whenever the statement is executed, then L of 0 value, that is 10, will be replaced with 30. So this is the advantage of list. Once the list is created, we can modify the contents of the list. So then what is the list? If we print the list, then we will get the output as 30, 20, 30, 40, 50 and 40. So L of 0 is equal to this 10 is replaced with 30. So 30, the remaining elements are as it is. So in this way we can update, we can reassign the contents of the list. Now let's see about delete operation, how we can delete elements of the list. Here we have a method called remove method. So by using remove method, we can remove elements from the list. So L dot remove of 30. If we have multiple occurrences of the element, then the first occurrence, the first element will be deleted. If you take this example, 30 is presented 2 times here. So this first 30 will be deleted now. So after that, if you display the output, then what will happen? This 30 will be deleted. So the remaining elements are 20, 30, 40, 50 and 40. So 20, 30, 40, 50, 40. So this is the output. Okay. Now we have here pop method also. If you use pop method, then what will happen is pop always works on the principle of LIFO, last in first out. So the element which is inserted last will be deleted. Here the element which is inserted last is 40. So now 40 will be deleted. So what is the 40 will be deleted? So if you display here, then the output is 20, 30, 40, 50. So this is the output here. This 40 got deleted. If we want, we can specify index also, L dot pop off. We can specify index also, L dot pop off 2. So what is the second index element? 40. This 40 will be deleted now. If multiple, this 40 will get deleted now. Okay. So L is equal to, what is the output now? 20, 30 and 50 will be the output. If you want, we can use DEL statement also in order to delete the element. So DEL, this is the syntax. DEL, L of, let the list contains element like this, 20, 30, 50, 60. So delete L of 1. Then what will happen? The first index element will be deleted. What is the first index element? This 30 will be deleted. Now if you display the list, then we will get the output like this, 20, 50, 60. Let us assume that in the list we have one more element, that is 10. If we want to delete multiple elements, then we can write like this. Then here what is the starting index value? 1. End index 3. 3 means it will continue up to 2. So these 2 elements will get deleted. If you display the list, then we will get the output like this, L is equal to 10, 60. If we want, we can delete the entire list. So del, if we execute this statement, then the entire list will get deleted. So this is in this way we can create, we can access, we can slice, and we can update the elements of the list. In the next video we will discuss about basic list operations as well as list